She goes on a regular basis. Anytime something happened at work, she telling me. Numerous stories about women got caught up messing with inmates and they got walked out, meaning they lost their job. And one of the stories she always said, she don't understand how these women in these good positions, making this money, and they gonna risk their livelihood messing with inmates. Well, if they just want to have sex with somebody, why they can't just meet a man out here on the street? This was what she always would say. Now, she was giving me so many details. And when she telling me this, she not just saying somebody, she giving me names of everybody, details. A couple of times she come home upset, talking about how so-and-so had her watching out for them. While they sneaking off with some inmate, she watching out. She couldn't even do her job, trying to watch out for them, and she upset. She even told me that after so many women got walked out because they got caught, so however it was they got caught, she told me that now what many of the women doing is they having oral sex with inmates. Instead of having, full-fledged sex, they just doing oral sex. And according to her, it's because that way it ain't no evidence for them to find. Now, you'll let your imagination figure that out. But I know what she was talking about. But this thing was a regular thing, telling me all these details of what these women is doing. And even one day, she told me that an inmate had got out that one of her friends was messing with, and they went off and got married. She even told me when all this came to an end, she said, yeah, they ain't gonna be able to be sneaking off no more because they done came in and installed these new cameras. And now it ain't no more blind spots where they can duck off to. Oh yeah, see, this is how much information that she's giving me about the friends that she got coming against me with her. But see, it wasn't just the inmates they was having sex with, because she also told me all the stories about all of them having sex with each other, because that was a big thing. She told me one day about another friend of hers. Just so happened to be the same friend that I told you about in part one, when the first time she opened up a credit card in my name and my daughter seen the mail and told me about it, and then her and her friend was going off on my daughter. Yeah, same one. This friend was messing, she was a nurse, she was messing with a doctor at the job. Just so happened the doctor was married. So he seen how crazy this woman act. So he stopped messing with her. But somehow she finds out where this man live at, go up to his house and fight him and his wife. They put that fool in the psych ward behind that. Now, even this friend, she told me so many details about her and her financial situation. How one day that particular friend come over there and she needed something that my ex had in the car. She go in the car, she go get it, and come back asking my ex, could she have the change that was in the car? And when she telling me about this, I'm kind of shocked, like, this woman, work every day. Why is she begging you for some change that's in your car? But again, this was many of them situation, but they talking about me. Now, was what she did with everybody. There was a guard who had had sex with many of the nurses up there. And, you know, she would be telling me about it. Yeah, he hooking up with all of them, and it don't make no sense. You know, all of them sleeping with him, and they know he done been with the other and all of this, right? So one day she come in like, yeah, my friend hooked up with so-and-so, and she came back telling us all these details about what they was doing. She saying, that dude is gay. The stuff that he was doing with that woman, can't nobody tell me he ain't gay. She said they had toys, and the woman did stuff with these toys with him, and he is gay. He probably been sleeping with inmates. She going in on the man, right? So I said, hey, did you not forget all the things you told me about the group that's inside of the larger group that you hang out with and the kind of things that they've been doing? She said, oh, that ain't the same. That's different. That's women. I say, well, hell, shit. What he was doing was with another woman. But you talking, the things you've been telling me is about what women and women been doing on numerous occasions. You can't sit here and tell me that these certain group of women will hook up with another woman and it's 3, 4 of them all on one woman and tell me that it ain't something wrong with that. Well, no, it ain't the same because it's women. I say, well, what about what you told me? How you was going over there to help your friend clean the house. And when y'all got done, y'all was sitting down, relaxing. And the woman put a porno on and started rubbing on herself. And then she started begging you, could she go down on you? What is that? See, this is my thing. You got this narcissistic fool that can put all these people against me. At the same time, she didn't arm me with all this information about them. So what would have happened when they call themselves coming around me with their negative vibes, coming around me, call themselves making indirect statements? You know what I'm talking about? They come around because of what she done told them. They'll say something in regards to it, but they're not saying it to me, but they say it the way I can hear it. What happens when I ain't the bigger person no more, and I get down low with them and start going in and telling them all the stories she done told me about them? They be running for cover with everything I know about them. But this is what a narcissist does. It's all about keeping drama going on. They feed off of the negativity. They feed off of chaos. But we don't pay this no attention. How dangerous these people are with their stories. What if I had told them the things she was saying about him? They would have known automatically it was true, because there's no way I can know what's going on in that prison if she didn't tell me. They probably would have wanted to fight her. Certain ones putting all their business out there. Because understand something. See, the things she telling me, they all could have lost their jobs. Every one of them. And see, it was so much more she telling me about what's going on there, even the fact because it's so much sex going on. Inmates, staff. It's sexually transmitted diseases being exchanged. And because they don't want to go to the doctor, they at a hospital. Somebody got to get the inmates they pills. They got access. You see? And she telling me this, how so-and-so had so-and-so and they needed to go and get so-and-so. You see, this is what they don't think about. But here it is, I'm being a bigger person, man. I ain't saying nothing about none of this. But I knew it then, when all this was going on. The only reason now, things being talked about, we've been divorced 12 years. I ain't had no contact. I ain't spoke a word about her. Nothing I knew about her. Nothing that she done. None of this. To nobody. But here it is. They never stopped talking about me. I didn't care. But they go, once again, use my identity to get credit cards and a loan. And I find out, you think I'm finna keep sitting back and act like ain't nothing happened? Looking over, letting go, walking away? No. Enough is enough. See, because most narcissists, they go out here and do all this. But when you find out the truth about them, they be running scared. So I'm exposing her. See, let me tell you something. With all this, she telling me going on at that prison, how does she know so much about what they doing? How she know? Because she was involved, just like them. When we divorced, I couldn't believe. Her friends, people who was actually at that job with her, people she worked with, and inmates who was there. People was coming to me with all these stories about the things she had been doing the whole time. So you stay tuned. We got a little bit more to go, but we gonna finish this up because we still got this other narcissistic fool to deal with.